All right, let me ask you this. How do you want to be remembered? Someone who gave it all or someone who let the clock run out? It's January. This is the month marks Kobe Bryant's birthday and the tragic anniversary of his passing. More than the sadness, this is the time to reflect on the legend that Kobe was. He wasn't just a basketball player. He was a mindset, a force, a walking blueprint for greatness. Here's a guy who didn't just hit 8 figures before 40. He dominated the NBA, built a business empire, won an Oscar, and left a legacy that entrepreneurs like us can learn from. Kobe once said, quote, "Dedication makes dreams come true." And today we are breaking down the 3 biggest lessons from his life that you can use to hit your own 8-figure goals. These aren't just, fluffy platitudes. These are gritty, emotional, no bullshit stories of how Kobe worked harder, thought smarter, and rose above the challenges that would crush most people. Let's dive in. I'm Bogdan. I'm on a journey to hit 8 figures before being 40. On this pod, I'm learning from entrepreneurs who have done it and inviting you along for the ride. Enjoy. All right, let me tell you a secret that most people don't know about greatness. It's not necessarily about talent. It's about process. Talent gets you in the game, but process keeps you in the game. And no one understood that better than Kobe Bryant. It's 2008. Team USA is gearing up for the Beijing Olympics. This isn't just a basketball team. It's a collection of gods: LeBron, D-Wade, Chris Paul, and right in the middle of that is Kobe. Kobe wasn't interested in just winning gold. He wanted to set the tone. So the night before the first practice, Kobe texts his trainer, "Let me work on footwork tomorrow morning." The trainer agrees and they'll meet at 7 a.m. Instead, at 3:30 a.m., Kobe calls him and says, "I'm already at the gym, where are you?" When the trainer arrives at 4 a.m., Kobe drenched in sweat. He's been working on the same move for 45 minutes straight. No flashy dunks, not three-pointers, just footwork, over and over. After that session, Kobe still shows up for a team practice at 8 a.m. and outworks everyone else there. This wasn't a one-time thing. This was the Kobe's life. He once said, "I can't relate to lazy people. We don't speak the same language." The lesson: Kobe's obsession wasn't with the result, it was with the process. If you want to hit your 8 figures, you have to fall in love with the grind. Want to scale your business? Master the unsexy stuff, the sales scripts, the customer calls, the backend system. Kobe's greatness came from drilling the basics until they were unconscious. Yours can too. Now, part number 2, failure. We all fear it, right? But Kobe didn't just face the failure. He embraced it. And he used it to fuel some of his greatest achievements. It's 1997. Kobe's rookie year, and the Lakers are in the playoffs against the Utah Jazz. The game is tight and Kobe gets the ball. This is his moment, except it's not. He takes the shot, missed. Next possession, another shot, missed. He ended up breaking 4 misses in a row. Can you imagine that humiliation? National TV, packed arena, and the 18-year-old kid literally falling apart in front of millions. His teammates are furious. The media rips him apart. But here's the thing. Kobe didn't run from it. The same night, while everyone else was sleeping, he went straight to the gym. He didn't sulk, he didn't complain, he just got to work. Years later, Kobe said, "Once you know what failure feels like, determination chases success." Those misses, they weren't failures, they were lessons, and they drove him to become one of the greatest closers in NBA history. So here is lesson number 2 from Kobe. Turn failure into feedback. You're going to miss shots in business. Your product might flop, your ad campaign might bomb, but like Kobe, you've got to own those mistakes, learn from them, and get back to work. Because the truth is, failure isn't the opposite of success. It's the path to success. Let me ask you something. Do you think you are the hardest worker in your industry? Because Kobe would laugh in your face and say, "Watch me outwork you." There's this legendary story about Kobe during the offseason. One of his teammates, Jason Williams, thought he would impress Kobe by showing up early for practice. So he gets to the gym 2 hours before practice starts, but when he walks in, Kobe's already there, drenched in sweat. He's running drills like it's game 7 of the finals. After the practice, Williams asks Kobe, "How long have you been here?" Kobe just smirks and say, "I saw you come in and wanted you to know, no matter how hard you work, I'll always work harder." It wasn't a stunt, it was a philosophy. Kobe once said, quote, "Pain doesn't tell you when to stop. Pain is a little voice in your head trying to hold you back because it knows if you continue, you will change." And that's what he did. He changed himself, his team, and the game in general. Lesson number 3, outwork everyone. Talent might get you started, but effort is what keeps you in the game. If you want to hit 8 figures, you need to do the work that others aren't willing to do every single day. Greatness is not for everybody, but it can be for you if you're willing to put the hours in. So here is what we learned today. 1, obsess over the process. Greatness isn't about the result, it's about the grind. 2, turn failure into the fuel. Your failure, your air balls are just a feedback for your next success. 3, outwork everyone. Pain is temporary, but the legacy you leave lasts forever. Kobe once said, "When we are saying this cannot be achieved, this cannot be done, then we are short-changing ourselves." So ask yourself, are you short-changing yourself? Or are you ready to channel the Mamba mentality into your business? Until next time, keep grinding, keep learning, and remember, greatness happens when no one's watching.